Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to hit subscribe to my channel to keep up with all of my latest investing and personal finance content. And please check out the link you see on your screen for a message from our sponsor, The Motley Fool, where you can get the 10 best stocks to buy right now. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. I'm here with one of my favorite colleagues, Tyler Crow, who is live from somewhere in the United States for a change. Tyler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. We've been trying to circle the calendar when you and I can actually sit down and discuss things on video, and it's been, playing a lot of phone tag, but
We live in different time zones. You have a baby, I have small children. It's tough to, we're lucky we're talking at all. Um, so it's been quite a year in 2022. And I don't know, I kind of think that out of the two of us, I entered 2022 with a lot of foolish optimism. And you were kind of more the, okay, valuations are getting out of control. This is kind of getting a little, overheated type. And it's been quite a ride. So we both made some significant investment decisions in our portfolios in 2022. I know I have. Um, what would you think is the best investment decision you made over the past year?
we'll go with kind of two things. We can go with best performing stock, which it's a 1 year, like who really cares that much? And then the other one's just kind of like the best idea for me, your personal thing. And my personal one where I was like, I'm glad I did this just to get it done is I had a huge tracking portfolio of like 70 stocks of like other people's recommendations where I just wanted to track them, see what happened. Uh, and it became so unwieldy and just companies I didn't understand. I felt like I was going in blind to them, and I just dumped all of them. It was like 70 stocks, and I was just like, I'm out. I don't understand any of these things. I have no research background. There were some people that I knew, I trusted, uh, but it just got to the point where I was like, it's not worth my time to look at all these things and try to learn about them. So, going a little back to sticking to my knitting, I guess would be the best way to put with that. And then I guess my best return on a purchase I made this year has been Iron Mountain. It is a REIT that, for the most part, specializes in physical record storage. So, like hospital health records, corporate paper records, anything that's, if you have to keep a physical record of anything, and typically, I think the IRS at least requires you do it for at least 10 to 15 years. I can't remember specifically, but Iron Mountain is basically like, the cloud for physical storage. They're like, yeah, we'll take your boxes, we'll stick them in storage. You can come get them when you need them. We'll charge you a little fee whenever you need to touch them, and storage fees. And so it's been a pretty good business, and it's had good returns so far this year. Is one of the only positive positions well, a couple of the positive positions I have. And as far as its outlook, it still looks good. Those physical records aren't going anywhere anytime soon, and they've been able to grow it modestly through acquisition. And then, it is making the transition to digital eventually. And so I think it's been a good investment so far this year, and I think should continue to do so.
Yeah, I like that you talk more about your thesis there than you do the return that you've already achieved because, like you said, it's 1 year. I my best investment decision. I didn't even look at my returns. I'm sure I have one or two that are positive for the year, but in 2022, do I really even want to like torture myself and look back at how all of my individual stocks did? Um, I mean, one that I'm up on already is Redfin. I nailed the bottom so far. What the
I was
bottom
gonna
was
say
so
that's a
far.
that's a timing thing.
But I joked with our colleague Jason Hall the other day. I said, eventually I'm going to tell my grandkids I paid $3.25 a share for Redfin. It's just a question of whether that's going to be a cautionary tale or a triumphant story. Um, and then he said, if your grandkids have even heard of Redfin, you'll be a millionaire if they're still around at that point. But anyway, so I'd say my best investment decision is to get really aggressive when it comes to contributing to retirement accounts. I feel like putting money into the stock market in general when it's down about 20% from the peak has historically been a very good decision. If you had done that when the market first declined by 20% after the financial crisis, yeah, it would have gone down more initially, but you would be sitting on something like a 4x return since then. just in the S&P. So I finished my 2021 contributions by the tax deadline, which is normally I'm a last minute guy when it comes to retirement contributions. And I've already almost finished making my 2022 contributions to my SEP IRA. So I got really aggressive when it came to putting money aside to take advantage of some of these bargains. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to click subscribe if you don't subscribe to my channel already. And as always, this video is sponsored by The Motley Fool. Be sure to visit www.fool.com/Frankel to receive the top 10 best stocks to buy now.